Welcome back. A band which defines jazz as a genre of music that gives a sense of freedom, a sense of exploration and experimentation. Say hello to the renowned trio from Netherlands, Jungle Boldie. A talented trio, a stage on fire, an enthusiastic audience, and of course some good wine and cheese. A perfect recipe for a great evening. And so it was, all thanks to an evening of jazz by Jungle Boldie. The latest incarnation of the musical friendship between saxophonist Martin Ornstein, bassist Tony Overwater, and drummer Wim Kegel. The musical trio met at the Royal Conservatory in Holland, where they studied and have been playing together since 1988.
We went through a lot of phases. We started out playing our own material, and then we started diving into all kinds of stuff from the jazz history, both old and new.
Jazz was not a conscious choice for Jungle Boldie. A natural inclination toward the genre, this also formed the foundation for their musical journey. They believe in taking time and merging influences to create music.
We travel, and so we like to listen to concerts when we go out and listen to music from the places we go. And then it's not really that we sort of like integrate it at the moment or something. So now we're going to integrate the other ingredients. It is more that it is our interest because we like it. And so it slowly happens, sort of to say. That's how we work and rehearse and work on and exchange different ideas with the three of us. That's a bit sort of like how it works, yeah. And take the time, yeah. So not like an instant jam session, like we take a little bit of Arabic and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Because then otherwise the music would be not grounded and not serious. It's also too difficult, the music, and to understand that in a snap of a second.
What's with the name, Jungle Boldie? Their brochure says jungle represents a mystical place that is always subject to change, while Boldie represents the boldness of these musicians to innovate and develop. But surprisingly, the name also has an Indian connotation.
It's a funny story. Actually, we were first called the Martin Ornstein Trio. He's the saxophone player. Then a couple of years later, we called it the Tony Overwater Trio. That's my name. And then we looked for another name which was not one of us three, but a general name. Then our drummer came up with a term that he found in a dictionary about Indian music, and that was Jungle Boldie. And when he said that with his strong Dutch accent, we both me and Martin understood Jungle Boldie. And we didn't know what it meant, but we thought it sounded funny, and then we started using it. And Jungle Boldie actually comes from a term of two musicians playing together equally. So interplay, musical interplay. So we thought it was appropriate for our music.
This versatile trio believe that it's not the place they play at, but the audience they play for that matters. And tonight, they sure weren't disappointed, as music lovers in Chennai swarmed in to the Taj Club House to catch the show. The sparkling socialites added the much-needed glamour and jazzed up the already jazzy evening.
It's absolutely fabulous because I think Chennai is one place which can take any form of music, because being the cultural capital, I think jazz couldn't have come to a better place. I mean, we have so many jazz fans here who have come here today.
It's always refreshing to listen to something that you only listen to at home. And when it happens live, I just wish that like a little more people actually pay a little more attention to this kind of music, because we don't get it often. These guys are doing a wonderful job.
Have you glued into what's been keeping Chennai a buzz? Now it's time to take a look at some wonderful work being done by charitable organizations in the city. Now, did you know that there are over 150,000 destitute children and elders right now in the city? 50,000 live on pavements. How do I know all of this? It's thanks to one such social service group, ARUWE, that's helping the homeless and destitute. Kamaraj Auditorium played host to a special evening, a chill-out session organized by one of Chennai's social work groups, ARUWE. The air inside this rather spacious place was filled with hope, joy, and most of all, gratitude.
It's a ticket show, and we collect these funds from, and we give for basic education for children and food at night, provide food at night. And we have also 8 children staying in house, and we also support about 30 destitute elders. Every Thursday we conduct a camp also for them. It's to avoid suicide death rate at Ainavaram. So that's how we started. Last year only we started. So these funds have been allocated to these projects.
With a master's degree in social work, Aspi felt the calling to help the poor and needy right from her student days. In 1993, ARUWE was set up in Ainavaram with a mission to give the homeless elderly a place to call home and food. 18 years down the line, Aspi and Rachel, her partner in this endeavor, have adopted 3 communities around the Ainavaram area and provided many children educational services. And that's not all.
After finishing my social work, I went and joined in an NGO called SIVA, where they are the ones who started first daycare center for the elders in India. So that gave me an inspiration, and my research topic also was on aged beggars. So these are the things which made me to have an interest towards needy people in and around the area where I was staying.
Earlier they were into child labor and doing all sorts of jobs and all that. But now when they come to our center, they are more prone to study. Their focus is more on education, to come up in life, and their other habits are being driven away.
Lending a helping hand for ARUWE to raise funds for their services were IT and banking companies, Infosys and HSBC. The young bankers and IT pros showed us they had much more than just brains. They had all the right moves to get the audience whistling, hooting and applauding. entertaining dance performances followed suit. The Mai school of dancers added some impressive beat bopping and cartwheels to the peppy music that had everyone shaking a leg or singing along. The evening did have its share of star power, both on and off the stage.
Always believe, a human being, when he has something which, others don't have. So whatever he can from his side, he should always do it. Small or big doesn't matter. It's the will and the wish, that you have for others. That's the matter, I think. So, and I always feel happy to be, to see people come forward and, help the underprivileged people and people with problems. So you can say probably special people.
There's more stories coming up, and here's a snippet of that. Bold and beautiful, these women will make you go wow.